My name is Kudzai Manditereza from Industry 4.0 TV, and we're here at the Internet at the Things Conference 2023 in Amsterdam. And right now, I'm joined by Steve Ellis from Deviceroy. Steve, thanks for stopping by. Thank you so
Pleasure.
much. Okay. Maybe could you start off by giving a brief introduction of yourself and the company Deviceroy to our
Absolutely.
audience?
Absolutely. So my background is in cybersecurity and in designing pretty unusual sensor technology. So this is my second IoT company. My first one does pretty unusual energy sensing. And then we found that a lot of companies needed the ability to have better connectivity for their sensors and infrastructure. So we created this company.
Awesome. I see you've brought something here, some cool stuff for us here. Can you talk to us about the device that you're showcasing at this year's
Absolutely.
conference?
Absolutely. So this is the Aria, and the Aria is a device that is able to connect other people's things. So we're able to connect this directly into other existing machines and turn them into Internet of Things machines. In this particular show, we are showing off the new ability of the LoRaWAN relay. So we're able to take signals from existing LoRaWAN sensors and extend them. And so that's a brand new feature that Simtech was able to do with the new LoRa, what is it called, the LoRa Basics modem. And so that new code from them that was built off of the spec from the LoRa Alliance allows sensors to be heard in places that right now they may struggle.
Awesome. Yeah. So, what challenges in IoT deployments are you addressing with this product here?
So it actually solves problems in a lot of different places. In the case of refineries, those are places where they have a lot of metal, they have a lot of liquid, and those are not very friendly environments to radio. So sometimes they'll have things that are running in Bluetooth or cellular, and they know they can't quite reach. And so the market is really shifting into LoRaWAN, and that's a great thing because it's the best performing radio for being able to go really difficult distances in those hard to get into buildings. But even LoRaWAN struggles, right? It's still a radio, and we can't break the rules of physics. So you can't always put a new gateway inside of a building like that. There are restrictive rules. It may be unsafe to put a gateway somewhere, or there's just nowhere to plug in a gateway, or they don't really want to put in 1,000 new gateways that all have cell plans that are backhauling them to the internet, or the cost to deploy those things. All they really need is just something that can hop the signal a little bit further. And so by having the relay, the advantage is we're giving all these sensors the range of another LoRaWAN device. So take your normal range of the LoRaWAN sensor, extend it by one, and now you've got twice the reach. Other use cases that we're seeing are a lot with water meters. Water meters are deployed typically either at the ground level or even below ground. And so getting a signal out of the ground, coming out of around the ground, and then going long distances. At ground level, though, there's a lot of things in the way, right? There's buildings, people, all sorts of things. And so there are signals that just can't quite reach. And I joke that when you have a deployment and people say, well, how far can LoRaWAN reach? And you say, well, a good range outdoors is 10 kilometers. So where does the first sensor go? 10 kilometers away. And that's not really a great approach, but that sensor is there now and it needs to be supported. And the way that LoRaWAN works now is that device is smart enough to boost its power to try and make it reach, but now you're starting to eat up the battery. And so the sensor isn't going to last in the field as long. So if you can put a relay in between, that device can back off talking so strong. It can save its battery life and extend its performance. So those are really common use cases.
Awesome. Okay. So typically this has got like a LoRa range as well. The relay, as far as range is concerned, it's typically a LoRa range, right?
It is, yeah. So you have the same incredible range as a normal sensor. You're just doubling it with the relay in between. One of the things that a lot of people ask that we want to make sure they understand, though, is that this is a relay. It is not a gateway. So you still need to have your gateway that's connecting your network into the LoRaWAN network. And then between your sensors and your gateway, if you have some of those difficult to reach sensors, this is the device that's going to bring them back into range.
Awesome stuff. Great stuff. Thank you so much for stopping by here. Do you have any message about the event? Any message that you want to send out to the makers or all the different manufacturers?
Yeah, I mean, this is a really great event. we're able to have really open and candid conversations with all the different device manufacturers. And one of the main reasons that we came here was to make sure that we could talk with the device manufacturers so that they knew that the relay actually existed. This is the first one on the market. And what we found was in the LoRaWAN industry, the device makers weren't ready to update their devices to be a relay compliant device until a relay existed. And then, of course, we were having the concern of, are we going to make a relay with no devices that support it?
Yeah.
So we decided to go ahead and pull the trigger on it and say, we're going to make the relay, we're going to make it available, and now we're going to let people know that this ability is available and reach out to them and help them actually upgrade their sensors. We offer totally free help to other makers to become compliant with the relay. Obviously, there's a benefit to us by them updating and becoming compliant, but we want to make sure that the ecosystem knows that we're a friendly partner and we want to help them be successful.
Awesome stuff. So, Steve, thanks again for stopping by. It was great chatting with you.
Pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you.